Hi everyone, welcome back to the Ask Dr. Denise series. Today's question is from Diana, who asks if her son will ever find it in his heart to forgive her for the impact that her emotionally abusive relationship had, not only on her, but also on the rest of the family. The answer to this question is certainly unique to every situation. But I really find that it's important as a parent that we model our humanity. The fact that we're not perfect, that we make mistakes, that we do the best that we can. And one of the most important things, if you want someone to be able to move past a painful situation, is to really hear them. Oftentimes that tension that's there it's all about fear and frustration and feeling unheard. And I remember in my situation, people who loved me trying to get me to see things that early on I was blind to, I didn't see. And I'm sure that they were frustrated with me, and yet I listened. And I might not have acted in a time frame that would have been better for everyone, but I did listen. And I did admit that that my choices, my relationship, did have an impact on them. If you think about the narcissistic abuser and how they try to isolate you, isolating you from your kids, from friends, from family. This affects other people in a big way. Not being able to show up for your kids in the way that you did before. And I'm not talking about meeting their basic needs. I'm talking more about older children, maybe that you spent more time with, that you had a more leisurely approach to phone calls. You didn't have the narcissist in the background pressuring you, when are you going to get off the phone? You know what, you're just ignoring me, or whatever it is. So there are many things that happen in a relationship, in an unhealthy relationship, that impact those we love, and in particular, our children. So whether an individual will forgive, I certainly have no way to say, but I can say that we have a lot of control in terms of creating our energetic environment. Are we approachable? Will we hear and listen and empathize to how this has impacted, in this case, your son? And that can be really hard, because when you're healing yourself, there can, hearing things like this, you want to defend, you want to say, but. And yet, just listening, saying, wow, I hear how hard this has been for you. I'm so sorry that this impacted you this way. Rather than coming back with an explanation of why you did what you did. It's water under the bridge at this point. And so if you think of that tension that gets created between two people, what everyone wants is to know that not only they're being listened to, but that they're being heard, and that the other person can empathize. So creating the environment that allows that, by not coming back with a defensive response, but rather sitting down and saying, tell me, I want to hear how you feel. I want to hear how this affected you, because I never want you to be hurt this way again by my choices. So will another person forgive? We don't know the answer to that, because we each have a choice. But also within us, we can live in fear, being closed down, being defensive, or we can live reminding ourselves to be open, to be loving, to admit where we have been wrong and to create that openness that allows us to be approachable in a safe way. So in order to be able to do that, you've got to be at the place where you've done your work. You have allowed yourself to feel what's there for you. You have allowed yourself to get to the place where you can forgive yourself. So once you have done that work, it creates an openness that will invite others to come back into your life. So I know this is so devastatingly hard when the relationship is over and the shrapnel is right there in front of us. So all we can do as a part of our healing journey is continue to first work on ourselves, admit without shame that we made mistakes, that there were things that we didn't see, looking to how we can grow from the situation so that we don't inadvertently repeat it again. So next time, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we attract other people, how they are attracted to us, and what we can do to make sure that this type of person doesn't want anything to do with us. That the narcissist no longer finds us to be easy prey. Really, really important part of your healing. So sending love, sending wishes for healing, not only for yourself, but also your relationship with your son, Diana. All right, send in those questions. I will look forward to seeing you next Friday for the Ask Dr. Denise series.